Is it live? There it
It's
is.
live now. What's up, everybody? We are here. This is week four. Week four of where we at, G?
Bring it to the table,
I
loves.
tell you, yo, you've been our audience and the love of our lives and our ears and our visions for 1 month. Can you believe that already, G? I
One
believe
month.
you. I believe you have something to tell the people.
I do. So, adults, ladies and gents, here's a disclaimer. Please put up your children, your small animals, and also your senior citizens who don't want to hear the word pussy for an hour. So, it's not for them. Put them up, put them to bed, slip a little alcohol in their bottles, and let it go. Hey, please put the kids away. This isn't a show for people that have sensitive ears. Was that good enough?
That was great. That was great.
What's going on? Wait a
You know,
minute, today.
yeah,
You have an olive green.
I do.
You know, great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike.
You look
Great minds.
amazing.
As do you, my dear. As do you.
Thank you, darling.
How was your week?
You know, it was pretty good. I had a great
Yeah.
weekend too. A little staycation,
Yeah.
Redondo Beach. Our California quarantine looks a little bit different than the rest of the world.
Everybody reminds me of that because every time they see anything that's greenery or water, they're like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "Home."
Right. I look at when I take TikToks and stuff and pictures on my balcony, I'm like, this view is regular to me. It's not.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoy
Okay.
myself in Redondo Beach, so I must
Let me
say.
tell you something. Redondo Beach is just absolutely beautiful because everything that you see on both sides, or should I say, yeah, both sides. It's just beautiful. The water is blue, the docks, it's just a beautiful, beautiful place.
I
You
stayed at
know?
this boutique hotel, which I won't say the name because they're not paying me to.
Yes. And you don't want people knowing your hideout.
Not at all. But the best feature, I went and visited, and you and I both had visited this place.
Yeah.
And the cellar was the bathtub on the balcony. So I literally went and stayed there so I can take a bath.
Okay. So was anybody out there? Was anybody? Because you were on the first floor.
On the first floor, I closed the curtain.
Oh, so there's a
If
curtain.
I wasn't on the third floor, I would have not closed. Well, God damn, who's robbing the bank today?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought death came. I thought death came for a second. I was like, "Don't take me, death! Don't take me! Don't take me!"
I ain't ready.
Cheers, everybody, to our fourth episode. Cheers. We have officially been doing this for a month. Kyron?
Yeah.
1 month, bro. 1 month.
1 freaking month.
Taco Tuesday.
Tuesday. Is it Taco
Okay.
Tuesday everywhere in the world?
You know what? I don't give a shit if it ain't, but it's Taco Tuesday here. Okay, wait. So this weekend, y'all know it was Memorial Day, but I'm telling you, some folks got caught up in the thirst trap.
Man.
Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton.
She was bomb, bro.
I'll tell you something. 52 years old, Toni Braxton, that body, I was like, let me tell you, look at that. And she still got the gap between the legs. Look at Toni Braxton.
I ain't mad at her.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, Toni Braxton.
Baltimore native.
Oh, yeah, that's your people. That's your
right,
people.
She's back. I'm so proud of her.
So let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think 52 years old and looking like that is still marketable?
Hell to the yes.
Have you seen many 52-year-old black women these days? We killing these 25-year-old motherfuckers.
But in the world of ageism, is that still marketable?
Absolutely. You know what? We're fucking the game up. I would say 20 years ago, there would have been a fight. But when you look at a Nicole Murphy, when you look at a Toni Braxton, when you look at an Angela Bassett, and you know that there's some 25-year-olds and 30-year-olds who can't hold a candle with their plastic-ass bodies.
Isn't it funny to look at 50 now and then 50, say like the 80s? Because Rue McClanahan was in her 50s on the Golden Girls. And look how old she looked.
Look.
And they wasn't trying to age her either. They were trying to keep her young because she was Blanche. So it's just funny how the new 50 looks different on a lot of
40 is the new 20. 50 is the new 30.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
But
I think a 52-year-old that know what to do with her pretzel legs over a 25 that is still
not the pretzel.
stiff and broken.
I had somebody say to me, he was like, I don't want no young girl. She don't know what to do.
and so you know they Tamar started her sister started the Tony Braxton challenge where you have to sing songs like Tony. So it's been a whole bunch of people saying let me
address this motherfucker in the middle real quick.
Who you gonna address?
This nigga here talking about he got the wrong young girl. Unless that bitch is Doogie Howser, she don't know half the shit us old bitches know. I would tell you that.
Doogie.
Right now.
You didn't give him not only a dude, you gave him a dick.
Not Doogie Howser. She's the wrong young bitch. These young bitches don't know a motherfucking thing. You ain't been the game. Your gang reflexes ain't the same.
You sound like you're talking from experience, but I'm just here to tell you.
High five, Sumaku motherfucking Lottie.
What you got, Kyron? What you got, Kyron?
All I'm saying is I'm in agreement with Gray Jean. Okay. I'm in agreement with understanding that they don't know, not all of them know what the fuck they doing. But they don't come with the baggage either.
That's because you haven't created it for them yet.
Well, there you go. There you got it right there. There's the Bible. That's okay.
Kyron, sounds like somebody got you tongue-tied. Was there truth in that?
Well, I mean, I have no problem bringing bags to the house every now and then, making sure they walk out with mine and I walk out with nothing.
When he see a young bitch, he be like, bring in the luggage. Bring in the horse and carriage. Buildings, please, everybody. We're about to pack this bitch up because she has no motherfucking idea what's about to happen to her.
Look.
It's young bitches out there clucking like a chicken right now, not confused.
Well, okay, so if
I didn't know we were getting cursed on this motherfucking show. Look, hold up.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
But at 52, that carries a certain amount of baggage. At 52.
Absolutely. No,
not a certain amount, nigga. That's a whole new case and a couple of extra shits from the closet.
I agree. That's a double-edged sword, though. Not only does she carry a certain amount of baggage, but she also carries a certain level of wisdom.
True.
There are certain things that they're just like, where the young bitch is still trying to work through it and figure it out while he's fucking it up for him. Different story. Anyway.
We ain't talking about you and your wisdom, and we ain't talking about me fucking shit up. How about that? Let's stick with the plan here so we're very clear about this shit. The motherfuckers, there's only a few motherfuckers that come with wisdom and actually learn from the mistakes.
True.
At least the young ones can actually control. It's called a controlled environment. God damn it.
That sounds like slavery.
No, that sounds like a smart house. That sounds like smart technology. That sounds like an evolved new day.
To me.
Okay. So, Kyron, if Nicole Murphy came and knocked on your door.
Oh, I'm opening that bitch up.
Quick. And you should, because that's a bad motherfucker. Have you seen her pictures?
I've seen in person. Yeah.
We already, the pictures.
She used to date a buddy. She used to date a buddy of mine.
The picture's established, right? So Nicole Murphy, right? We use her as an example. We're talking about somebody equivalently yoked to what we're talking about with Jean Grey, Gray Jean, right? That has the wisdom. There's only a few motherfuckers that come with the wisdom.
True.
The rest of them are coming. I just went through this. There's so many broken winged birds. I'm so tired of this, the crying and what I went through and oh my God, you come into the house with bags from your last house looking for a new house and you just wreck the next one. What the fuck?
So what I hear is you'd rather deal with an intelligent derelict.
Well, I'm glad you learned my vocabulary, motherfucker. Thank you. Yes.
But I'm going to flip the script because it's not all the time the women that has the baggage.
This is true. You know
what? Excuse me, CJ's talking. Carry on.
So because at 52, you screaming, I don't want to be a player no more. But the point is, you're saying player no more. So
that?
No, I'm just saying. to flip the script, because we were really given should a woman, but what about a man at 52 and the baggage that he brings to the table, even if he has it together, good looking?
I'll wait.
Yeah, you should.
What about? I said you should.
I dropped my bags off at the last house, nigga. What you saying?
So do you?
I get new luggage.
I almost died.
I get new luggage at every new residence I move into. I buy new luggage. I don't want to hear shit. I do come. Hey, I buy the luggage so I can fly in with nothing. That's why I make the paper I do, boo. So I can actually come with empty bags and fill it up in the next house.
One at a time.
That's CJ's question. If you're in that same age group with that level of wisdom and you're a male, teach on, bro. Teach on. Tell me, when you come with that baggage, what happens?
I am going to tell you that some men that do come at that age, and they do come with a lot of baggage. Most of them were broken by some crazy ass heifer that was wild. And so you want to tell me there's no
broken by a crazy ass man?
No. That's not. See, that's a myth that the man fucked up the woman's life. It was a choice. What? She just accidentally opened up her legs?
Yeah. When y'all courting a 15 to 20-year-old, how motherfucker don't know no different? Hell fucking yeah.
Look, I haven't fucked with a 15, 20-year-old since I was 32. I'm totally kidding. I
was just waiting for the joke. I was just waiting for the punchline.
Well, Aretha Franklin had her first child at 12, so I guess it's okay.
Exactly.
Let's keep it clear. You motherfuckers drop your bags off a lot of times. Women, whatever you give a woman, she's going to make grow. So when you bring her baggage, when you bring her bullshit and lies and stories, she's going to grow it in her head, in her psyche, in her soul. When she's 18, she's dumb enough to water it and give it seeds. When she's 44, like myself, she's going to shit on that and be like, get the fuck on out of here, boo, or I'm about to stick you for your stocks and bonds. When she's 52... Let's be
clear. Number one, you are a very rare bird. You are a fucking unicorn. Let's put it there. Number two, let's put on the other side of that coin that you're a fucking Virgo. So yes, you are gonna shit the fuck on them. That's what the fucking Virgos do. Okay, they shit on them if they fuck up. I can respect it. I get it. I get it.
Swallow?
You get it.
Swallow. You just don't know it most of the time because I let you think it was something else.
We are talking generally here, right? Because your ass is getting real personal now. I don't know what you did. You got some person here, but we got this nigga.
I roll with wolves, in case you didn't know. Both male and
I roll with lions.
What I'm saying is everybody has baggage, okay?
Yeah,
but a woman's job, period, is in her soul to take what you give her and make grow. So if you give her shit, it's gonna grow. Now, not all women know how to change up the fertilizer without you looking. That's me. I'll teach that class. That's different. However,
go ahead.
What I'm saying is, y'all come with some bullshit too. Normally that bullshit begins with another B called bitches, but that's different.
Do you believe that women are more emotional than men in that situation?
Yes.
That women can't split the difference? That women can't split the difference?
Absolutely. If a woman, and I think this is where, because my sweet sister Erica Yancey has accused me of being a man many times because I operate from logic. Although I am a woman, she says there's a man trapped in my body. 100% born a woman, but I operate from logic. I can separate my emotions from certain things. And I think if more women learn how to do that, they can protect themselves a certain way.
And I'm not mad because I have a bitch inside of me, and I will slap a motherfucker to come get that shit.
Bitch, I said what?
Yeah, well, back.
Well, you know,
I done deleted more motherfuckers and blocked more bitches over some stupid ass shit. I just had to block somebody this week. I'm like, bitch, really? Really?
Yeah, I agree, CJ. I think women are a little bit more emotional, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, if you can curb that, When asshole create bitches and bitches create assholes.
Assholes. That's so funny.
Church.
So we're talking about the rim now. We talking about the rim?
No, the rim. You threw me for a little second. So in
I'm so mad.
to piggyback off that, the reason why I said that is because when you watch shows like The Real Housewives of Atlanta, which just had their series ending
right
on Sunday, and you see all these different women, one can argue that they're all insecure. One can argue that they are strong women who are just very opinionated. One can argue that they may have it together or it just might be for the TV. But what I see with those women and a lot of the franchises from the Housewives, I just see a bunch of women who had baggage and years of being unclaimed tags, has now just been sitting for a little minute, and the opportunity or the festering that has happened, the cancer, is now showing itself. That's what I feel. I don't feel like it's a level of insecurity. I feel like it's just years and years of baggage that has never been addressed. And now it's found its outlet. And not only has it found its outlet in things that have triggered that, but it's found its outlet in a public way.
I see all of the above. However, from the woman's perspective, let me tell you, most of them who end up on Married with Medicine, Love and Hip Hop, the Housewives, they're turning their pain into money.
Mm-hmm.
So either they dealt with, especially the basketball wives, they dealt with a bunch of trifling ass men that did them wrong, and they're monetizing off of it. Most of them started out with, I'm going on this show because of how you fucked up, and now I'm about to be famous too. I got to come up off of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of them took that route. So when you go in there, and if they're not attached to any men, they're hoping to be attached to somebody. I'm not mad at that hustle at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it especially with the basketball wives things, if you're coming up off of that, it's because you were, something was done to you. Because what a lot of people don't know is Kobe Bryant's wife and Shawnee O'Neal were the two that started basketball wives. Kobe Bryant's wife backed out at the end with that Lamborghini stuff that happened. They were both angry. Now, Shawnee was the one out of all of them to monetize it in a way that nobody else could. I respect that motherfucker.
Yeah.
All day.
Okay.
Pay me for my pain. I'd rather get paid for my pain than be ignored or treated differently or just shushed away from my pain. Because pain's coming. So at least let me buy some shoes from it. Something.
Here's the thing. And I'm in total agreement with what you're saying, but I go back to what was that movie that Whitney Houston was in with all them women over there?
Wait and exhale.
And the motherfucker's still waiting to exhale. I get it, because first of all, you shouldn't have opened your mouth and your legs. And secondly, who told you to stay there that long? At what point did you think that you were going to be able to change a man? Because we did have that discussion that men are waiting for, that woman to stay the same, and women are trying to change the man. Isn't that the topic we talked about here recently?
Yes.
Because
in every women hoping that they never change.
100%.
And women marry men hoping that they do. They marry a man's potential, not who he is.
Exactly.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
That is a bad thing, which is why I don't think anybody should get married. A woman shouldn't get married, in my opinion, till after 40, because a man shouldn't even touch a relationship till after 30, because ladies, we morph on them way more than they morph on us. And I hate to say it, coming from somebody who was in a 17-year relationship, I morphed on him multiple times. He stayed the motherfucking same.
Amen.
And so if you're going to get a man and you're going to accept him for who he is, you need to get him after 30, really after 40.
Church.
You don't think the growth can happen together when they're young?
No, because we're going to grow at a different rate than you. Not that we're faster or smarter, and that's not what I'm saying. What a woman is designed to morph every 5 years. She's the woman I was when I got with my son's father at 13, 14 years old. The woman I was, the kid I was at 15, the woman I was at 20, 18, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I'm morphing again at 45. I'm changing on this. I'm the person I'm with right now.
Yeah, she changed it right here in front of us. God damn it! It's called us.
We change on you more than you will change on us.
Mm-hmm.
A man changes 2 to 3 times in his life. Nothing wrong with that, but you should get him on that third swing.
I'm telling you right now, they fucking shift. They shape shifters.
We do. We're looking at you going, come on. We're running towards this. Come on. I want to do that. We're trying to guide you because we want to make it grow because we love you.
Yeah.
And you're trying to accommodate that, and then we're making you wrong because you can't do.
Amen. See, I knew the truth would come out of this woman soon enough.
So what I'm saying is leave his fucking ass alone until he's 40. Unless it's Byron, leave him alone until he's 60 because he's still running.
That's so funny. That is so fun. Okay. So Jen, you have some topics for us today.
Did you see the Joe Biden thing?
Oh my God.
That's really, I know Byron brought that. I mean, Kyron, excuse me, brought that up first, but I'm stuck on that because
I totally. He was not talking about all black people. He was talking to Charlemagne in particular. He was not talking to all. He wasn't saying to all black people, if you don't vote for me, yeah, you ain't black. He was telling that to Charlemagne, not all.
I'm clear. We're clear. But you know how they spent it.
I know. And I was like, oh
even if he was talking to all of us, if we were at a party with Joe Biden, there was 10 of us in a circle and he said that, we would be high-fiving them and be going, you're right. So I don't know.
So if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Oh, Joe Biden thinks I'm not black?
Joe Biden does not think I'm black.
Joe Biden said, if I don't vote for him, I'm not black.
Joe Biden does not think
Can't hear it, baby. We need to hear it. Can't hear
Biden doesn't think I'm black.
So I've got a message for Joe Biden.
I need him to hear it.
That I'm black if I don't vote for him.
Joe Biden does.
I can hear it. I heard it loud and clear.
Maybe
so folks that are listening on our podcast, we just played the video of Joe Biden and then a montage of other folks talking about Joe Biden and being black. I when I saw that video first, I just really thought that those folks were foolish. I'm like, did you not understand what he said? To me, I think those people heard that somebody else told them what Biden said. I actually think they heard it because I'm listening and I'm looking at these black men and I'm like, no.
This was a code.
And then some of the video went on to say, some of the black women that they interviewed were voting for Trump. They're like,
I was not offended in the least.
Yeah, I wasn't either. But one lady said, she's like, I'm not worried about what Biden has said because I'm voting for Trump anyway. Now, this woman was pushing a basket, looked like in the hood somewhere, and she was like, I'm GOP till I die. I'm a Republican. I was like, lady, your financial status makes you a Democrat. Like, what are you talking about? How is you a Republican?
If he had said, if you vote for Trump, you're not black, he's right.
If Barack had done and said 1,000th of what Trump had said in the course of the time he started running for office to the time he got in office,
right,
to
Patricia.
The boldness and the balls of what he said when he was confronted to be ejected out of office, about women, about Mexicans, about blacks, about everybody, about homo. If Barack had said not 1/10, not 100th, if he had actually voiced 1,000th of what Trump has fully expressed from front to back, there would be a 2020 lynching.
And it would have been legal. We're gonna make this legal for today because he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be legal.
Yeah.
There's only one or two people I'll entertain the conversation with. I'm not even gonna say. I don't deal in politics. You know.
Yeah.
And my thing is, if you make enough money, you don't have to worry about who the freak is in office. They out in 4 anyway. But that's just me. And the reality is, you know, I don't understand how people. And then you want to get into the levels and really who's in power and who's the puppeteer. The bottom line is, if you are filled with fuckery and you're a buffoon, you're a fucking buffoon. I don't give a fuck about the politics side of it. You're a fucking buffoon. You know, and so
what I found interesting is that they did all these videos about Biden saying he's black, why were there not a lot of videos about President Trump not allowing, not doing the unveiling of the painting?
Right.
I'm like, black people, what are we doing? Like, it's, you know, what are we paying attention to, and why are we paying attention to? The things that our mind.
In Martin Lawrence's words, sit your dumb ass down.
Right.
Out of here.
Right. Well, that takes it. How was y'all?
Your dumb ass down.
How was y'all Memorial Day? What did y'all do?
What were we
talked earlier? I know, but you, Kyron, you were gone when I asked that question earlier, so we were going to ask you again.
What were we remembering?
Well, isn't that something? We all just drew a blank. Isn't that something?
I didn't know.
We don't even remember. We don't remember the fighters anymore. We don't remember because this world has become so politicized, and because of COVID, you know, the memorials that were supposed to be done. Remember back in the day when the news coverage would cover the president going to the tomb and putting the wreath and things. None of that happened.
Memorial Day happened. Easter. We're celebrating eggs and bunny rabbits when it has nothing to fucking do with that. How about that?
I'll tell you something.
And devil's eggs.
Look, I had a conversation. I'm gonna be honest. I had a conversation with Miss Yancey about this, and a few other people. I was on with another leader, my boy Lyle. I hope he's plugged in. And my conflict in speaking fully is because, one, I only want to talk truth and facts, which is what we're all about, which is why we're here. And number two, I've asked this question. He had said, "What could we do?" He was on a call saying, "What could we do as a people?" Right? And I don't want to take this into the trajectory because we have such a variety of an audience, but specifically talking about this in Memorial Day for me being a black man, you know. And I'm not one to hate on anybody for however you rise or talk about somebody because they were oppressed and suppressed. I'm one to do something about it. But in this forum specifically, does anybody realize that there's almost, if not more, Jewish holidays right now in the school system and in our country than there are American holidays? And I am not mad at them because money, power, influence, culture, richness of spirituality, you know, Kabbalah, their faith, making their children remember the Holocaust. When we bring up everything that's happened with our past, our kids and the new millennials alike, and even people that are baby boomers, I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear that. You know, that's their story. It's a new day. I have my own opinion. And you got stupid ass people like that just happened with Biden going on. And the question I posed to him was, and I'm going to find a way. I am going to find a way. How do I create a voice that's a we voice to truly address the problem? Because I actually have a bigger problem with us before I have with them. Though my problem with them is completely separate and on a whole nother platform. But how do I do it without, you know, in a way, or how do we do it in a way that we don't launder our dirty laundry to give them greater validation for the persecution and oppression and the past transgressions of the shit that I already fucking dealt with, and the pain and the anger that comes from this voice of living over 3 generations from civil rights now to where we are in the 2020 and still being hunted and prey, and then have to defend it and say, oh, it's a much bigger problem. It's not really a problem with, what the fuck are you talking about? Have you been to Detroit? Have you been to South Side of Chicago? What the fuck is going on in DC? Do you see what they did to Howard and they trying to move him out to their dog to shit on the fucking lawn? Are you kidding me?
But Kyron, listen to Byron. It's not the how. It's not the what, it's the how. See, right? Jews and Italians and people who have a great pride for who they are, they take that, they come through the back door, right, and they build, and then they come with force. We don't want to do that because we are fighting for the front door all the motherfucking time.
Agreed.
What they do is they stay quiet and they go and build their community and build their families and teach them privately and don't let anybody into that private teaching. And then they build doctors and they build lawyers and they say, then come out with the money and then we'll change the front door from behind it, not in front of it. We want to bust through the front door. We're still busting through the front door. I am not mad at them.
I think we just want to be heard.
And that's, but agreed.
But it's not.
I don't want to hear shit.
But it's not in. I think though, because I'm not even gonna say because of just being oppressed. I just think that we have become so tired of seeing others being so privileged that we're tired of waiting. We tired of waiting and have to knock on that back door just to get in.
Are we waiting? Because they're not knocking.
I think we are waiting.
They go into hiding. They don't fight the front door. They don't fight to be heard. They build their own schools. They build their own businesses. They build their own communities. They stay quiet and under the radar while the motherfuckers are so busy fighting us.
That's why I said we're waiting, because a lot of Black folks wait because they figure, oh, it may not be my time yet. Oh, I need somebody to help me do that. Oh, well, now I'm gonna just wait and see if they fail, and if they fail at it, then I'll go ahead and then I'll try. I feel like that at times. I really do.
And I don't want to negate the brothers and sisters that are attempting aggressively, like my Morehouse brother, why I went to the house where he paid for all of their education.
Yeah.
You know, my godmother, Maxine Waters, what she has done, you know, in the stance that she's taken, she's not sitting up there with a sub, you know, refrigerator saying, oh, this COVID time, right? Like that chick is.
Now, by the way, she said, tell y'all Black folks, stay y'all ass at home.
Stay your ass. Auntie, she did. Auntie said, keep your ass at home. You know, so I want to make sure that the kudos go out to the people that are truly making it, but it's just not enough. It's not enough, you know.
My question to y'all is, when the last time you seen a Jewish rally or a Jewish protest or a Jewish fight on the steps?
Or Armenians or Israel's or any, all of the above. Japanese or Chinese, I'm not going to work.
And they educate their children and they force them to love within their boundaries. Now
they also start them as children, and in the business they teach them the simplicity of the growth of financial wealth.
I think there's three pillars. Hold on, there's three pillars that are very much missing. One is the spiritual realm. You know, and just because you go to church don't mean that you know God. I don't care how you get dressed up and put a hat on. That's a whole nother topic in itself. You know, the second one is financial literacy. If I go to the average Negro and say, you know what, holla at your boy. You know, I'm from Southside. I'm from CPT.
Yeah.
Tell me about a brick. That nigga's gonna pull out some cocaine. He's not gonna say Brazil, Russia, India, and China and understand the economic climate or the frequency in which money is actually being built.
Okay.
The third pillar that we are not doing is, my problem is in the health sector. I totally agree about what's happening in this COVID situation. This isn't the first time. It's not going to be the last time. This shit was man created. This was all about money. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This shit was procreated to be able to give birth to a whole nother sector of have and have-nots and eliminate the middle class, take gentrification to a whole nother 10 levels high. But that's a conversation for another day. But the holistic side of this is you can't fucking get mad at the man and you sitting up there walking around 300 pounds heavy and you fucking about to catch anything that comes and kills your ass, that you don't even take care of your own goddamn health. You can't come back to me and say, oh, well, you know, I'm last in line. Nigga, you can't even get in the front of the line if you tried to run, motherfucker. What the hell are you talking about?
I think they missed that when you said the word brick. I'm sure a lot of people thought of cocaine, but brick, Britain, Russia, India, and China is really what it is.
Yeah.
For those
Korea.
Hey, I'm trying to give $1 million game for $9.99, nigga. I'm just trying to drop a CD on a nigga.
I'm gonna tell you why I totally agree with you on that. Now, some people are gonna disagree with me with this, but this is bringing to the table. When I see people that are morbidly obese, I'm not looking at them and saying, oh my God, I just feel bad for them. I'm looking at them like, what needs fixing in their lives?
It's a mental and physical thing.
It's a mental, and some people can say it's genetics, it's DNA, it's this and this. No, I want to know what's going on with you in your head, because there is a okay, for instance, Lizzo, one of my favorite. I love her. I really do. But there is something mental going on. And the reason I said that is because remember that I think it was Easter. She was online with Puff and she was twerking and she was no, I'm sorry, she wasn't twerking at first. He played a song and his kids were in the back of him. And she was like, yeah, that's my song right there. And all of a sudden, she got off camera, and then you just saw her ass in the air twerking. And he was like, wait a minute. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It wouldn't have mattered if she was a size 2 or a size 22. Bitch, my kid's in the background. What the fuck you doing?
And she was so embarrassed. That's when I knew that her twerking and doing all this it's something mental not connecting. Something is going on that is I don't know what the disconnect is. I'm trying to figure out. But I do. When I see obese people, I always look and say, what is the disconnect?
And now it's if you mention they're obese, you're body shaming. No motherfucker, we're health shaming.
No. Because I have fat folks in my family that I ain't trying to shame. No, and I'm not trying.
And it's not just weight. I want to make it clear. Weight is definitely obesity is definitely one of the sins in the Bible to me. I do know the 7 sins, but it's not just the weight because some people got a thyroid problem. Some people, I understand. My father, it pains me today that and my father knew it. I knew it. Had he lost and took care of his weight, we want to do shit. And I'm talking about this COVID. I'm relating it to the COVID. If he knew, had he gotten rid of that weight, it would have given him 20 more years. That shit gave him a heart attack. You know, you can't walk around with that weight. But I'm saying, even in this time, why would you wait until there's a blue blotted plague to understand that you're now susceptible? The first thing that comes your way that your immune system is down. Shit, your immune system been down. You just been waiting for some shit to catch your ass. It's not just your weight. It's your prostate. It's your colon. It's your fucking heart. It's your lungs.
It's your mental.
It's your mental. Which is your mental, your psyche, your spirit, what you're putting in your body, in the temple. Shit.
Yeah.
It's your skin. You're looking in the mirror. Your shit is like, what do you think? Your body is.
I'm sorry about that. My lift didn't take too good. Sorry about that.
Listen, everybody's situation is different. And I'm going to use myself as an example, right? Because if you ask me, I'll tell you. But if you don't, there's no reason for you. But I chose to have the gastric sleeve November 25th, 2019. And it's funny because a lot of people were like, well, you weren't that big, or if you were diabetic, you can reverse it. Well, I have a rare case of diabetes. It's a little different. I had surgery in 2015 that caused my body to attack itself, and I couldn't lose weight if I was running uphill with no food in my system. And I had lost 50 pounds exercising the right way. Byron, you remember I was juicing every day. And I thought, okay, finally I beat this type 2 diabetes. And then I woke up needing more insulin than I ever needed before. So then I get inbox, people, Dr. Sebi says, listen, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what Dr. Sebi says. He didn't say nothing about this old, what do you call it, CJ, our version of diabetes?
It's called LADA, latent autoimmune diabetes.
And I was told it was called type 1.5. So I sit in the middle, right? I've been diabetic now for 19 years. And in 2015, I had a massive surgery where my body attacked itself and I gained a whole bunch of weight and I had to take a steroid and I could not eat for a week and would gain weight. So no, I didn't want to do motherfucking Herbalife. No, I don't want to do that shit. No, I didn't. I needed a drastic change. Hiking at work and working out every day. I chose something different. So don't come at me with this new Nutri shit that everybody's drinking every day and the multi-level. Fuck you. I had to do something different. So I decided to have 80% of my stomach removed. But as soon as I did that, I am now on 1/3 of the amount of insulin that I was taking before. I've lost 48 pounds in 4 fucking months. And I don't give a damn what kind of drink you want me to drink. I'm not drinking it. I'm doing fine. I'm sipping on this damn wine. I eat what I want to eat. I'm not in pain.
So that takes me back to my question. But that was a mental state that you wanted to change because you had made your mind, you made your mind up that this was not going to be you anymore.
It was a mental state, and it was also, I was physically in pain. I couldn't breathe sometimes. There was times that I would turn gray because my body was attacking itself for no reason at all. I had different issues. So I decided.
And people, don't get us wrong. We're not, I just want to put this disclaimer out there. We are not fat shaming. That's not what our show is about. That's not what we are as people.
That's why I said
we are talking about the mental angst that happens that causes different effects in your body that sometimes can lead to weight gain, if I can make that as just plain as simple. And we're trying to break down overly obese people and what the mental state of them and how, and yeah, that my drink done hit me for a second.
I cannot eat and wake up with the 400 blood sugar in the morning.
And what I'm saying about what Jean Grey is talking about, is, and I don't want people to take that I'm just throwing daggers and throwing knives out there like, you fat, you stupid, you crazy, you know, you got problems, you know, you the source of your problem. Like Jean Grey said, everybody's situation is different. And on top of that, you know, I'm not the Holy Grail. So I got a whole lot of bad habits, and I'm the first to be able to claim mine. You know, what I'm saying is everything's done in moderation. But more than that, what she was just speaking on is exactly what I'm talking about. Before COVID, her body was already, COVID ain't got shit to do with it. Her body was already screaming at her. You already know, whoever you are listening to this, this platform is full of shits and giggles, but it's also nothing but facts and truth, and to wake the motherfuckers up that need to be woken up. That's why Kyron show up. Wake the fuck up and pay attention. Listen to your body, listen to your mind, and do something about it. I'm not here to make you feel bad about where you are. I'm here to say, hey, we love you and want you to freaking live. Because if your mind is right, your spirit is right, your body is right, your money is right, we can then build an army and have 300. We don't need 300,000. Did you see the movie 300? Oh, that's what the fuck I do. She's like 54. I'm like, this is 75, and I'm the Black Benjamin Buttons. I will get younger every year and look better every year that I grow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I messed that up. Hold on a second.
I was fine while I was fat, and they still wanted me while I was fat. So I wasn't worried about being fat and people wanting me and insecurity. It was me. I wanted to be healthy, and the best way I decided to
DJ, start acting you millennial on this motherfucker pulling this out like nigga.
But let me tell you about this millennial shit, which is funny. Yes, I am the millennial of the group, but you know, when I was 16, people thought I was 30. You know what I'm saying? So I've always had a mature presence. You know, I've always hung around people that were in their 30s. You know, or when I was 12, 13, people were in their 40s. You know, I'm the youngest of my family, so I was always hanging around with my grandmother's brothers and sisters, and so I never related to my age, and I've always related, you know, to folks that were older than me. And then now, when I look back and I'm like, I'm a millennial, and I look at these kids today who are millennials, and I'm like, I'm a part of y'all. We're together.
Well, the bigger problem, I'm going to let you go, Jean Grey. I'm sorry. This just gets me riled up. I'm sorry. I'm definitely going to let you speak. The thing that I want people to get, like I just saw Wendy put up there, I need help emotionally. We going to help you, Wendy. You ain't got shit to worry about. You just, but the reason why I put you up there and the reason why I want your statement up there is because I've been speaking on this in platforms for the last week consistently. The greatest challenge with not just our people, but the human race. Is that you cannot do open surgery on yourself. We are all so much trying to do the shit on our own.
Stop right there. Say that one more time. People need to hear that.
Yes. You cannot do open surgery on yourself. Stop trying to do the shit by yourself. Scream from the highest mountain before you decide to submit to failure and death. Scream.
That is powerful, man.
It's a drastic change.
That is so powerful.
I have no regrets. Yes. Woo. That's the most powerful statement ever.
Man, it's just, I see it happening. I mean, you got that, it's either ego or you don't want to bother somebody or you feel like you aren't worthy enough or the confidence isn't there, not understanding you not taking care of yourself. Have you thought about the impact of how many people you are going to affect that you didn't want to bother because you didn't fucking bother them?
Right.
Have you thought about how that's going to infringe upon, God forbid you don't die and you're now a living vegetable. Somebody got to tote you around, somebody got to carry you around, somebody got to get a hospice for you, somebody got to take and the financial and the bleed your, you don't want to be in imposition. What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
And you're awake right now? If you aren't, here's fucking caffeine. Kyron is in the fucking house. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
She go to war untrained. Period.
Amen. Amen. You know what? I really think that we live in a too sensitive world as well. You act like nobody can, I'm tired of people saying, okay, so they had a bad day with somebody who's gay and they didn't like what they had on. Okay, great. Well, I gotta apologize because I said I didn't like what you had on today.
Exactly.
I'm so fucking tired of apologizing for every fucking thing. It's like, why are we trying to live with perfection and we're not? Where's the matter of opinion anymore? It's like
somebody asked if you don't like women, if you're a heterosexual female and you don't like women, does that mean that you're homophobic? What?
Not at all.
No, it means, motherfucker, I like dick and you don't. That's all it means. That's all it means. That's all it means. Does that make you heterophobic that you like men and you're a man and you like men, or you're a woman and you like women? Where's heterophobia at?
I get tired of these statements of apologies being released on. I'm not talking about the racial stuff, y'all. Don't get it twisted. I'm talking about literally opinions. People are no longer able to have their opinions anymore. If you say something that's in the negative light, you immediately have to apologize for what you felt. And I just don't get that anymore.
I love George Jefferson and Archie Bunker. Those are the best shows ever. They said what the fuck they felt, and nobody was offended. And now, if you have to, it's almost offensive to say you're heterosexual. Yeah. No, I love that you like what you like, and I like what I like. High five. Bye.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I got a lot of heterosexual friends.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality of this conversation is, it's amazing.
I can't stand you.
I look at there was I can't think of her name, but she went on Ellen. Ellen was so mad at her because of her opinion. She said something about, I'm gonna research it. I don't want to give anybody, because you know how we do it. We like to have facts. I'm gonna research and come back on our next show and talk about it. But I just, I said what I said, like Nene Leakes say. I said what I said,
period.
Yeah, and meant it. Because especially with me, I think about what I say before I say it. I really do. Yep. And I think about my intention, and I do have you in mind on how it's going to make you feel. Right. And I'm sorry, but I'm not responsible for your feelings nor your perception. I'm not responsible for that. Again. So how you take it, I'm not responsible for your feelings or your perception of it. Because how I say it, as long as I know that my intentions were good,
exactly,
I can't be on the receiving end for you. Like, I can't do both. I can be,
I'm sorry,
not sorry.
I have the same philosophy about sexuality as I do about spirituality, about anything that got an ality in it. God damn it, I don't give a fuck who or what or how you live, so long as you don't impose your shit on me. I will respect it. I love you. I'll be up. I got, you know what? I happen to have I have a few black friends. I have a few heterosexual friends. Look. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't say it.
Don't say it to me. I will come fish. I will come and beat your ass. Shut the fuck up.
Not fish.
Don't do it.
I have friends everywhere, CJ.
I got some black friends
too. When you said fish, I had a top 10 hit with Shangela from RuPaul's Drag Race, and we had a song called "So Fish."
Did you? I love it.
Yep.
I will perch my lips and beat your ass with my scarf.
And we had one line in there that I wrote. It said, "We caviar fish, not tuna, baby."
You better ask somebody.
You better ask somebody.
I will touch my pearls and kick you in the balls at the same time.
Not the pearls.
But wait, guys, I know we talked about what everybody did this weekend, but did y'all see that party in Houston?
Oh my God.
H-Town, I love y'all, but what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Like, what the fuck? And why is it always fucking us?
Hey, no, it's not. There was another one of all white people. I saw it.
Okay, but let this right there in good old Maryland. What is y'all doing?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Let me tell y'all about H-Town real quick. So the mayor Sylvester Turner in H-Town, y'all know I'm from H-Town. Y'all know I rep it all day, but I'm gonna say this. He said today, Houston cannot handle the second wave of the coronavirus. There is simply no resources. They cannot handle it. My thing is, you the mayor, what the fuck did you open up for like that? Why are people going to restaurants and bars and shit? Talking about y'all can only allow 25 at a time. But what the fuck are you doing?
That was Vegas. What are you doing? It looked like Vegas.
Okay, so Vegas is reporting that they're going to be able to open the casinos only for food. Who the fuck will go to casino for just some food? You know, I'm just... And then they're saying that Louisiana, Mississippi, CNN was reporting this today. Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas are going to be a part of the biggest wave that probably are going to... the numbers from New York, they're going to surpass the numbers from New York.
It's the temptation.
I don't want you this close to me. I don't want you this close to me. Remember that song, Bag, 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 Bag. Give me 50 feet. Or I might have to hit the player.
Bitch, get out the way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Give me 50 feet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's why I didn't go home. Like, I was going to go home at first because I miss my mama. Mom, I know you're watching. I miss you. I love you, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. And I was just gonna,
it ain't just always
my mama ain't watching me.
You know, no, and I was gonna go home. Oh, my mama know I got a mouth of a second.
Oh, I know your mama know your mama, but my mama
she got to. So
my mama this episode and any other, she be like, nigga, come here, nigga, come here.
Mama, I think my mama saw the first episode. She was like, "Baby, y'all crazy." I was like, "Oh, that's it." Because I don't cuss in front of my mama at all. Like, God knows, I do not. If I say hell, I'm like, "Oh, my mom's so sorry." She's like, "Baby, I don't care. You grown now." But I don't cuss in front of my mama. But when I guess she saw it, she was like, "Y'all crazy." I was like, "Oh, that's it? That's all you gonna say?"
At least your mama said that. My mama said, "Could you not say pussy live, please? Can you switch it to another word like poozle or something else?" I was like, "Mom, that's just how I talk. I'm sorry. You don't poozle no more."
You know, but you know. This coronavirus, though, I'll tell you, it makes me feel great that I'm not stupid.
But look, it's not just us. I'm gonna tell y'all now, my little suite that I had in Redondo Beach, the boardwalk was packed with a bunch of Caucasians with no mask on. So,
look,
I mean, strollers, babies,
stupid,
no mask. They was on their boats. Trump flags everywhere, and I'm looking on my patio going, "Oh, okay."
Let me, you know, so to talk about this, because I didn't want to like go here, but another I can't breathe, another I can't breathe, another I can't breathe.
I know.
And then we're gonna talk about.
I'm about to show you videos from some of the most entitled Americans you will ever see in your life. Let's go.
This is America.
First, it's this lady.
What was that? Where she? Thank you for coffee. Bye.
This is America.
Can anyone explain me what the hell was she thinking? Next on the list, another lady with a truly beautiful voice.
Look how I'm living now.
And for the sake of diversity, next one is a proud man living in a free country.
I'll just put you on my 3,000 follower Instagram feed. It's mostly local.
Hi everyone, I work for Costco and I'm asking this member to put on a mask because that is our company policy. So either wear the mask.
And I'm not doing it because I woke up in a free country.
This is America.
So you're gonna take this cart from me.
Sir, have a great
Full
day.
of stuff.
No longer welcome here in our warehouse. You need to leave.
I woke up in a free country.
Who are these people? Can anyone tell me? Let me show you another one.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I will beat every one of their dogs'
ass and get myself into this motherfucking hospital.
I will beat your ass like I was Celie and Mister on The Color Purple. I will beat your dog ass if you if you coughed on me like that deliberately. Yeah, I'm beating your ass. I'm pouring bleach on you. And I'm pouring bleach on you.
Are you worried about whether or not I said I would use physical action against this motherfucker? I will beat.
Let me tell you, I will
and
beat
call the
your
police
ass.
on myself.
I will open up Lysol and bleach and pour that shit on you, and hope somebody have a cigarette near. Hope.
And Kyron, you better bail me the fuck out, and I mean that shit.
You know I'm gonna bail you out, but then they're gonna have to arrest me because I'm gonna go and kill the motherfucker. So I'm gonna give you the access.
Y'all heard about
Miss Yancey's on point.
Y'all heard about Central Park.
Hey, what's CJ? What you said, baby?
Y'all heard about Central Park Karen, huh?
Oh my God, I saw that. This bitch.
Now here's the thing. The guy used to be an editor for Marvel magazine. Marvel Comics. Excuse me, Marvel Comics. He's a Harvard graduate, and he's now a part of the New York City chapter Audubon Society. So he's basically a birdie. He was out there looking at birds early in the morning, Central Park. All he asked the lady to do was to put a leash on her dog. That's it. When did we have that video? That's all she said. That's all he said, ma'am, can you put a leash on your dog? And she was, I'm going to call the police. Now, the dog is trying.
Would you please stop? Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking a picture and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I'm in the Ramble, and there is a man, African-American, he has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. There is an African-American man, I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my... I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cops immediately. I'm in Central Park in the Ramble. I don't know.
Thank you.
And she leashed him and he left. People, what's going on?
This is why you get a pit bull, a Doberman Pinscher, or a German Shepherd. Nigga, no, you put that. No, here, baby. You put the leash on, motherfucker.
First of all, the dog was abused in this situation. He didn't want to fucking be with Karen. How about that?
Okay. So here's an update on that. She has since had to take the dog back to the shelter because she's had the dog since he was a puppy. She had to take the dog back to the shelter. She was also a VP of a big finance company in New York. They have since suspended her, and because they said they do not condone racism in any form. She then released a statement and said, "I am so sorry. I'm not a racist. I was just in shock. I was scared. I didn't know."
So white people, I hope you're listening. This is what the fuck we're talking about when people do bullshit to us, and then that's what they're really fucking doing. This happens 90% of the motherfucking time that you guys don't believe. Fucking Karen needs her ass beat. Do you hear me? Because I would have actually went to jail because by the time the police got there, she would have been fucked up.
So her real name is Amy Cooper. And so the internet is calling her Karen for the white woman who called the cops, who's calling the cops of all the black folks in the park. So they're calling her Central Park Karen.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
But here's the thing. I'm like, the guy did nothing wrong. Now her dog is being choked, and she's using that even more to be on the phone. Oh my God!
I heard the dog say, "Help me, black man. Help me." The dog was like, "Motherfucker, you don't see me dying over here? Why this bitch is calling the cops?"
That nigga had the dog up like this.
We're the same.
That dog.
Help me, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Oh man, people today, and white folks, stop saying you ain't racist because you got a black friend. I don't want to hear that shit no more. That don't validate that shit. Hell, Bull Durham had black friends, and that was the most racist motherfucker up in Alabama. So don't be talking about you got black friends, and that
every slave owner had black friends. It was called the house nigga.
If you look,
Jefferson had black friends, and he had black coochie on the side.
If you look at the pictures of the ones that say, "I'm not voting for Biden. I'm voting for Trump," they were probably the most sisters on the planet. I mean, whatever they did, however much they paid them, the coonery is at an all-time high.
It is.
Because it's the same one sitting up there saying, I can't believe, see, that's
okay,
right.
Wendy.
Y'all going up there to get a white girl. Y'all dating an Asian girl. Y'all did, yeah, motherfucking 31 flavors. What the hell?
See, wait. Go ahead.
He can love whoever he wants to love, but for the right reasons. Don't love someone because you think they're going to be more docile because they're Asian, or docile because they're white, or they're not going to pop off on you when you fuck up because they're a different race. I'm okay with that if you genuinely love them, but don't come to me with no bullshit. Don't introduce me to the bitch who's just a side bitch on Saturday because you're stupid. I don't want to talk to her. She can't eat with me.
How do y'all feel?
And no, I'm not teaching her my recipes. So
okay, so how do you feel about our black leaders like Harry Belafonte, like Quincy Jones, who I'm black, but yeah, got the white woman?
Hey, I take it even a step further. How about it would really mess me up because you guys know how Afrocentric I am.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to our purpose, our calling, and who we are as people. That has nothing to do with who the fuck you marry. I'm in alignment with Jean Grey in that conversation. It's love is love. You know, but I know I'm gonna get some fallback on that from some conscious sisters who are like, no, whatever, fuck. I'm not even talking about that. But in to what you're saying, CJ, what really fucked me up is because I remember when I was in 10th grade, and I had to explain this to somebody recently and be respectful in the conversation because this sister is a very Afrocentric. She's probably watching very, very left field black woman. And I give her all props and respects because I respect her opinion and who she is and her posture.
Yeah.
And she was, and the reason is because she's smart enough to have a conversation with me without just, blasting off on it.
Yeah.
To understand my perspective. And one of my conversations I had with my father was, I brought a white girl home who ended up being a Laker cheerleader and doing quite well in life. Came from this little rich frou-frou family. And I brought her home in 10th grade.
And you were running that black dick all up in her.
And I brought her home, and I never forget the disgust on my father's face. I never forget it. And when she left, he looked at me and he said, "Don't you ever, as long as you are black." Now, it wasn't about the white girl. It's like, it really came down to, you got to understand, this went into a whole different layer of an onion. We don't
understand.
I'm known for, as Jean Grey will tell you, as you already know, I'm known for taking in strays.
Yeah.
A lot of strays. So it's an open door policy in every area of my life, not just when it comes to women. I'm trying to save the world and help a whole lot of people who can't help themselves and don't choose to help themselves. So even as a child, I was opening up the door. My father was like, this is our refuge. This is our temple. You don't see me bringing people home from work. And the last person I see in my house is the person in which I got to fight the most and have had to fight the most in my life. So the next time you decide that you want to bring in something that is other than chocolate, your ass better make sure that you're marrying her.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Let's have this conversation. Because I'm going to revert to my son, and I'm going to say the conversations I've had with him. You have to be careful about the woman that you choose. I want you to choose a woman that loves you because you're you, not because of what she thinks you are. But I do believe, just like Jewish families believe, like Italian families believe,
Armenian families believe,
you have a responsibility to produce a black child that lives the life that you live.
And I had that conversation with my father. No, hold that thought. I was right there. One piece right there. I said, Daddy, I agree with you. I do have a responsibility. And if I sleep with them, it's damn sure gonna come out black no matter what color she is.
There you go. Okay, there you go. Right. So even if you have a mixed child, they're gonna have this. They have this. Now I know this is not. This is the conversations we have in private and we don't say in public.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm okay with who you marry, but you must produce a child that looks like you, that lives a life that you live. And I mean that because we deserve that. We deserve to create that. Now, if you fall in love with somebody, so what it basically says is marry somebody out your race and have a side chick that's black. I don't know. Take it how you want to take it. I don't give a fuck. What I'm saying is love who you love and do what you do. But in the meantime, your mama looks this way. Mm-hmm. Produce this, please.
And I also understand that argument I'm saying was from a 14-year-old kid, right? So my argument with my father at that time, which I don't stand by today. That's a whole nother. That's another chapter.
No, this is great because I'm going to chime in.
At that time, my argument was.
I know you are, because you're the mixed child of the group.
There's 3 Negroes in my high school, Dad, and you want me to go and find a chocolate sister, and there's only 3 that look like me. You put me in this environment to give me a better education, to give me a better life. You paid everything and sold everything and gave up everything, but now I have to wait until I'm to be able to find somebody that looks like me.
Kyron, I know I have an uncle who married one of my aunts who is from Jordan. If you were a female, the father would kidnap you and kill you for not marrying a Muslim because they were authentic Muslims from Jordan. Why that's not considered racism, I don't know. If you are a Jewish person and you marry somebody outside of your religion, it's a problem. If you're an Italian person and you marry somebody outside of that, it's a problem. Now, I know we're getting into the deeper levels of racism, but I get it.
Right. I get
that. I'm not saying, but if Cameron brought home a white woman or a Mexican woman or a woman of a different color, and he said, Mom, I love her too. Would I have mattered? Would I have wanted him to produce a child that looks like him, like I did, and change their life? Sure. But if he didn't, okay, I would deal with that, and I would love her because he loved her. But that doesn't mean that that's my preference.
Now we're talking about an area that's really dear to me. So
I'm gonna need another drink for this.
Yeah, well, hey, so I am not only the millennial, I'm the mixed one in the group, but I was raised with my black mama. Like
that's my sister.
I was raised.
Put up Adia's message again before CJ speak. That's my sister.
Hey, Claudia, we love
you. Adia, I'm gonna have her on here, and she's good. She just like go right ahead, CJ. Speak up, baby.
So my background is Italian, Creole. I'm just a mixed dude. My mom even tells me to this day she didn't know what my daddy was. He just had swag and it just happened. They were best friends. So anyway, I know from her biggest thing with me was if I do get with a white woman or somebody that's not black, she's concerned. And Gene, you just made me think about her response because I never knew why she would say it. Because she would say, I don't know what your children are gonna look like. They're gonna come out looking like ooh, something. So I don't know. But when you look at our Creole heritage, I mean, we look white, we look Pakistani, we look, Italian, we look Latin, we look like everything, we look Puerto Rican, we look everything. But her main concern was don't get a white girl because I'm not gonna understand what your children gonna look like. Like that was her main thing. And I to a degree understand. Because if you look at what happened to Jean.
I don't know. I know she listened. I don't know what the hell.
Oh, Gene, your battery get low. Where you at? Anyway.
I said it might have to do with the topic. That shit just said.
Because when you look at like my brother, for instance, he looks more Latin. And so his children, all his girls look like Mariah Carey. You don't know what they are unless they tell you. They all look like something.
Right.
And when I hear people talking about the mixing of the races and the things like that, I'm totally okay with it, because to me it's like love is love is love is love. You know, I know my mom used to always say, pay attention to who you get with so your children have pretty hair. Now that's a whole nother subject, but that's coming from a black mama.
Right.
Mom, is that why you got with our daddies? Is it, my sister and all that? Is that what you did? But well, and look, and my mother's father, he high yellow, curly hair, everything too. So he's something else anyway. But anyway, I digress. I think that what confuses me is when you have civil rights leaders like, who did I say? Harry Belafonte, and and Quincy, and these how they are so for us and for the people, but wanted white women and had white women and married white women and and embraced that whole white culture because they wanted children to be of culture and I guess I think they just want to mix kids. Like I don't know. I sometimes think that.
Like you said, we didn't finish that topic and you just went back to it, and I love it. What brought me up is when I was on my march between Huey Newton and Farrakhan and trying to figure out who the fuck I was as a child growing up and who I was going to follow.
And Farrakhan's dad is, ain't they white too? Farrakhan is mixed.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely, 100%. And in that conversation lived what was happening with Cornel West. I was like, Cornel West this man is with a white woman. The man with the Don King.
Yes, that created the Matrix. Come on.
The most intelligent black man teaching and professor at Cornell. And then I went and then my mentor was the one that I studied under, Reginald Lewis, the first documented black billionaire in this country. And I'm reading and it's like, oh, he married an Asian woman. And I'm trying to understand. Beatrice and this man was a king, and he was the first documented, just like with the hot comb, and the first black woman is a millionaire, and the first black billionaire is Reginald Lewis, and he's married to an Asian woman. I'm like, I'm trying to understand the dynamic.
I've dated out of my race. I've had one of my first boyfriends was a white person, so I don't care.
Yeah, because I was going to say, you got a problem.
Black women get way more flack for dating out of their race
just about
than white men. As a matter of fact, when I've made jokes before, I'm like, woo, this is my last one. I'm going to the European side, and people get mad when I do it. Now,
why is it that because I want to watch my words. Why is it that some black women get so bent out of shape seeing a black man with a white woman? Because it's like they instantly give you that.
The first answer, Jean Grey, I want you to answer second. I'm going to tell you why. Let me tell you why. The reason why is because the majority of the Negroes that are out there dating a white woman go and get the ugliest one they can find, thinking that they came up. I'm trying to figure that shit out. I'm like, really, Negro? That ain't it. No, I'm gonna tell you.
She pulled up ponytail to say that ain't it.
Like I'm gonna tell you. Now that's why I let you go last, Jean Grey. I'm gonna tell you my perspective is every Negro I ain't seen, generally speaking. It's a general statement. I do know
okay.
A fine-ass white woman, but generally speaking, I ain't seen the majority of brothers that and it's in their head. You don't get it. I'm talking from a male perspective, just like you talked from a women's perspective earlier. The men perspective of what they've been brainwashed with on a lower tier, lower frequency, lower underdeveloped mind is that if I have this woman, it actually may give me status and make me feel like I came up. Yeah, I know it's twisted. It's not your way, but I'm telling you what they think. And I've seen them with the ugliness. It's like, I'm like, my God, of all the women, haven't you ever seen those mismatch where you see a fine person?
Yeah, buddy. I'm like,
what are you serious? That's the best you did? Are you serious?
Okay. Hold on.
I had to clutch my imaginary
Let me say something real quick.
Yes.
We mad if you get an ugly motherfucker that's black, okay? We don't want you to leave us for nobody uglier than us, period, okay? That's number one. Number two. When I grew up in New Jersey, and then I went to high school in Baltimore, Maryland. Interracial couples was very big in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah.
Where we would get mad as in the black men would actually tell us we like them because they do things that y'all won't do. She's stupid. She'll let me have multiple bitches. She sucked dick. You're 14 and you don't suck dick. She's been sucking dick since she was 12. You understand? So
no, I don't understand. Not in every race, goddammit. That ain't just in the white race.
I'm not done, motherfucker. I'm not done. No. Black men would come to us and tell us to our faces, we're fucking with her because she's stupid enough to let us do whatever we want to do. And then go to her and tell her, I'm fucking with you because these black bitches got attitude and they don't do this and do that.
Now flip the script.
I've heard that.
I ain't letting this one in the middle talk. The anger comes in.
No, just flip it for a second. And I agree. I'm agreeing with you, nigga. I'm agreeing. But the other side of that coin is that the sisters sitting up there saying, I'm with this white motherfucker because he got paper, he got money, and he got this.
No, you're not. The sisters are saying, I'm with this white motherfucker because he treats me better. He's nicer to me. He doesn't disrespect me. And he has money.
So wait a minute. So you telling me that it's just not about the dick?
Never. Dick ain't shit. You can't pay a light bill with dick. Try it. It don't fucking work. Dick is old. Dick is when you're 30 and under. But no bitch my age gives a fuck about dick when that light bill shows up. Fuck dick.
Yeah, they got
years ago, I tell you, dick did pay the light bill, goddammit.
Dick don't pay no light bills.
Shit.
It don't pay a mortgage. It ain't getting you a boat. It ain't getting you a trip to San Tropez. I'd rather take bad dick than good dick.
There was a lady on YouTube. Her name was I can't think of her name, but she used to say, "Dick will make you slap somebody."
Yes, but let that motherfucker go home.
Tyler. Oh Lord, what was her name? But she used to always be talking. She said one time, she said, I was in a bad relationship, but the man had some good dick. She said, she was riding him one day. And she, all of a sudden, she just slapped the shit out of him. She said, "Dick will make you slap somebody." Dick can make you look around and call the police.
When you hit a certain age, you be looking around like, this dick shit is stupid. It's always the motherfuckers with good dick that ain't got shit.
So from what I understand from what you were saying, Gene, that it's just a physical display of
it's the blatancy, it's the audacity to be able to come to me as a black man and say, I'm only fucking with her because she's stupid as fuck. I can get her to pay your bills and my bills. Then you go to her and you say, I don't like black girls because they got bad attitudes. It's that communication. What a lot of women don't understand the interracial relationships is that dialogue is happening. Yeah. So they think that we mad because he's with you because you're white. No, we're mad because he told me that you was stupid. Now, that's not the case for all white women and all Asian women. Right. But that communication is happening. So when that happens, you're like, so you're
Alexis Tyler, thank you.
Yeah. Your paycheck. You're fucking with her because she lets you bring 2 bitches home. You're fucking with her because you can lie to her because she ain't stupid enough, smart enough to check your phone. She's, you know what I mean? Like, it's that part that we don't like. It's that private dialogue that bitch don't even know about. And we know that you over there telling her, I like you because you're quiet and you cater to me and you rub my feet and you rub my bath water, bitch. He likes you because you ain't paying attention to the motherfucking details.
Wow.
I'm feeling stuck on the fact that you said you can't pay your bills with some dick. Fuck
you
that.
You cannot pay your bills. You can pay your bills with some. You can pay your bills with some pussy.
Okay, let's talk about. Nigga, you don't know I pay my bills with some dickmatized.
No, but you can pay your bills with some great PUSSY. Trust me, I know.
Nigga, that is not an ATM. You don't stick that shit in and come out with the money.
Yes, it is. Y'all motherfuckers just mad because you can't tax it and you can't, claim it at the end of the month. It's paid many bills.
Hold on, guys. Make it to the end of the month. God damn it. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I have something to say about that. I found gray hairs on my arm. I found some gray hairs on my arm.
Mirror.
Okay.
I have not a gray hair on my head, but I nair the rest of them all.
Kyrie, what were you going to say now? Come on.
With baby oil.
It's the private conversations, brothers, that give me.
Yes.
What I was going to say, honestly, is the reality is, I'm for the general conversation, I'm in agreement with Jean Grey. I get it. But on the other side of the coin, you know, because come on now, I'm on my third life. I ain't seen it all, and I
like third wife.
Come on,
I know. I'm fucking with you.
You're gonna open up Jean Grace. You're gonna open up a can. We're gonna be fighting on this motherfucker.
No, because I got cans. I don't want to be opened either.
So what
I'm sorry. I got can openers.
So what we're talking about here is why. So why is it then? We understand from Jean Gray's perspective why a black man is with a white woman, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And it's based on the fact that the black woman is not mad at the white woman. I don't know if I'm a full agreement. I do know she's mad at the man first, because the man, for one who's evolved, she knows, just like if a woman cheats, you know, or if a man cheats on the wife, the woman should be smart enough not to take up a fight with the woman, but with the man, because that's the motherfucker that cheated.
Yeah.
Powerful. Listen. You can't fight the motherfucker that got invited to the party. That's just stupid. Okay. Second, if this isn't an attack on black men and white women, what I think what white women miss the boat is, we're not mad at you, honey. We're mad at the private conversation.
But you know that's what's always perceived, that the black woman is always
they're
mad.
unaware. They're unaware of that. Let me tell you something. I had a situation in an early relationship where he was dating someone out of the race. And my question to him was, are we keeping her? And his response was, we can. I said, well, if we do, she has to pay some major bills in this household. She don't even know that this conversation is coming around.
That's a player move. I'm loving it. That's a player move.
She was dumb enough to do it, and she was. But what made me feel bad was she's not even aware. She's in love. She thinks he likes her because she's docile and she's just going to cater to everything that he does. No, motherfucker, we had a private conversation about your value. And so those conversations happened. And my response to him was, if she stays, mine gotta stay. Because mine, I can fly out with mine and bring back all the bills. But if we keep her, she must pay a major one in here. So what white women and Asian women and other women of races don't know is black women and black men are having these conversations. They're saying, oh, but she come from this. She could do this. She could do that. They're not letting them know. They're going back to the white woman going, she's just mad at you because you're white. No, bitch, I'm not mad at you because you're white. I'm mad because you was late on the light bill.
To all of our white listeners who are in mixed races, please pay your bills on time.
The disclaimer is that, you know, I know the white listeners that we have, our audience is not applicable to them.
Well, you know what? I am so glad.
I got so many white women and men that are actually black. I mean, y'all motherfuckers don't know. I'm actually white, and this is what happened when I went to get a black woman. I went tanned a little bit longer than most. Nigga.
And don't leave your woman with me, because I've been unschooling her ass, black, white, Asian, or any fucking persuasion. I've been untold her ass, bitch, he's using you. Let's figure out how we can rob him.
And Jean means that, folks. She means
that. I
don't
care if she's white, black. If you leave her alone with me with 10 minutes, I'm like, he did what? With who? And you didn't get what? Oh, honey, let me help you.
You know how I know this is the truth, because I left many of them with her because I needed them schooled so I could walk the fuck away.
He either needed them schooled or he needed them to disappear. So if you disappeared, that was for you.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I did get a good meal out of one of them.
Oh, you gotta share the story. No, hold it. Right in this, baby. Right in this. You gotta share. What was that? A decade ago, we pushed it 10 years on that one story about Arizona. You gotta share the story so that the schooling's in effect.
Let me give you an example. We went out to dinner at a restaurant. Now, this young lady of a different persuasion picks this man up from the airport, drives him around the city every time he's there, pays for his meals, does everything. She's sitting there like a good Samaritan at the table. I'm sitting at the table. The bill comes. The bill gets to her. He puts his hand on her arm really, really softly and lightly and says, you got your bank card, don't you? And she looks at me and I'm looking at her like, you do have it, don't you? And then he passes the bill to me, and I pass it back to him because I'm not paying for this motherfucking bill. Nigga, let me tell you something. If I sucked your dick on this way from this airport, drove you around this motherfucking city, paid for all this shit, I will get up and leave you with this bill. But she wasn't smart enough to do that. She sat there and whipped out her Bank of America card and paid the bill. And I told her, I said, don't get up and leave this table. Leave her with me. You'll be paying this bill for everybody, but you are paying mine. You do know that, right? And that's how that went.
That's what was that song, CJ? Ratchet, dirty, ratchet, nigga.
Next.
I'm a savage.
She whipped it out and paid the bill. I said, wait a minute, this bitch picked you up from the airport? And she's eating at the table. You can't even pay for her meal? Oh, well, I don't sleep with you, but you're going to pay for my meal.
Pardon me, my contacts are drying out. Pardon me.
I said, don't leave her with me. I like this girl. She's a nice girl. But if you leave her with me with 10 minutes, she'll never win on that name card again. I'll show her an exit.
All I'm going to say is God done a whole lot of work on me over the last day.
Amen. Amen. You know, I'm learning from my elders. I'm
telling you, son. Come, I
know that good dick don't mean nothing as long as a credit card is being
nothing.
involved.
After 40, nothing.
CJ, come to my school and I'll tell you what dick does mean something. If you want to, you can get it, but can you keep it?
Unless it goes home after it's done.
Well, see, you know what?
Let it go limp one too many times and see if that dick don't mean shit.
I don't have
just confuse you.
I'm a Cancer and I love and I'm emotional.
Don't be emotional, CJ.
I'm emotional. I'm a Cancer. I can't help that shit. I'm emotional.
I'm telling you right now, it's the mind, the body, and the soul, and the bank account gotta go hand in hand. You come up with no dick and see how long she gonna stick around and not be finding a side chick. A side chick or a side dick. It's gonna be a side dick, but it's gonna be a side order, nigga.
Well, thank God I'm pretty.
Ain't no good. Listen, ain't no good dick at the bank. Them motherfuckers ain't at the bank. They ain't never seen one good piece of dick at the bank.
Well,
this is why I love Jean, because
that's why. And you know what? And let's end on that, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna end on good dick. That's what we're gonna end on. I tell you, I've learned a lot about pocketbooks and penises.
You better get your Anna Nicole Smith on. You gotta have 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot in the wheelchair, and then go get these.
She was from Houston too. You know she was from H-Town.
Mad at her. That was a G right there. Go ahead and be mad at
H-Town. She told that 90-year-old man, "Oh yeah, I'll suck on your little penis for whatever. How many million? Oh, okay."
She didn't even have to do that. He liked to watch. She got to go fish out good dick and bring it home and let him watch. What kind of deal is that?
That's some shit.
I'm just
myself.
I just have a lesson. I just want the women to know. I'm just.
Oh wow, wait. Wendy said it's not in the length and it's not in the size. It's how many times you can make it rise.
You know what, Wendy? There's another saying that says it's not the motion of the ocean. It's not the size of the boat. It's the motion of the ocean. Well, guess what, Wendy? A bitch can't swim, so I need a big old boat. You understand?
All I'm saying is
you creating videos over there. What you? Anyway,
right. I'm just saying this. Like the reality of it is, look, that clit is not an ATM. I don't give a fuck what you want to think about, how you want to see it. I don't care what color you are, how you come. I know that it worked for about, it's a fool. It's called fake gold. It's called fool's gold. You could do that shit from 20.
Not food.
5:30.
It is called fool's gold. Would you like me to quantify how many times you've been fooled?
Well, look, my attorney. My attorney is actually on here. She's been commenting. So I'm
gonna finish the other side of that. And for the men that say and don't listen, young men that are out there, do not buy into it. That dick don't mean nothing. But I'm just saying, just don't stick it into a whole lot of like. It
don't mean as much as
get you one bank, young man out there. Get you one bank. And then make sure you make withdrawals where you can make withdrawals. And if you're short on your cash, short on your dick, make sure you got 3 inches on your tongue, nigga. I'm just saying, just make sure.
I bet you she international if you do. I bet you that's an international motherfucker cutting checks. Because a bitch from here, they'll be like, nigga, we ain't gotta go to the bank, not you.
So, parents, we like to thank you. You are now able to bring your kids back out. We like, no, but in all honesty, thank you so much for joining. I just my God, I can't, y'all got me.
Oh, Jesus.
High five on that, Byron. High five on that, Byron. There we go. There we go. But no, we want to thank you guys for joining us today on Bring It to the Table. Again, this is week 4. Guys, this is week 4. We've been here a month, and trust me, we've enjoyed every bit of it with you guys. Make sure you check it out. # Bring It to the Table. I am CJ Edmonds. We have Jean Grey. And we have Kyron, also known as Morpheus.
Yes.
So make sure you check us out every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We are here to bring the topics that you want to talk about, or that you're too nervous to talk about, or the shit that's in your head that we're going to discuss because we can do it. Because guess what? We bring it to the table. Now take this and share it with folks because everybody loves some good old leftovers. So there you go. All right, y'all.
Can I make a request? Can we close? Can I have
close? Yes, Byron, go ahead.
Can I have a song?
You can have a song.
Before you do, because I talked about this earlier, I've gotten a lot of suggestions like on Facebook and text message. You guys, if you want us to talk about certain topics, please go to the website at the bottom here, bring2table.now.site. Submit your suggestions there. We'll look at them. We'll make sure that we talk about them.
We'll talk about it. I don't care what it is. It could be whatever you want. It could be a man with 3 titties and a dick. I'm in.
God bless. I hope Trump wakes up as a black woman with 3 titties and a dick. That would be awesome.
Okay, parents, take your children back. Take your children back in the house. Okay.
Hi, sister. Thank you. For looking good. That's my sister from Baltimore.
Patricia, thank you so much.
Hey, Patricia.
We love you.
Hey. Yeah, before you go, CJ, I want to go in here real quick. And we want to give a shout out to Adrian. We want to give a shout out to Miss
Adrian Akbar. That's my God.
Lisa, Patricia, Claudia, Christine, we love you. Adia, you know I love you. Girl, we got it. Everybody.
Audio was saying some stuff today.
Oh, she got one. She took Ruben's place last week. She took Ruben's place. Audia's like, I've been vocal today. Wendy, 2, you know we got you, girl. Pat, Mama 2, Mama Pat, Wendy.
Mama Pat.
It's my mama.
Lisa, Sebastian, I love you, baby.
That's my attorney, Lisa. We love you.
And Ryan, you know my brother and sister on here. This is a very private chat. We about to blow. I'm about to take this shit public. We're about to go crazy. Charnette, I just want to make sure. Hey, you know what, guys? I'm gonna tell you why I was a little late today. Let me show you. What? Man, Cameron, I came in here, you guys. You guys know I bought this, right?
The new mic. Yeah, the new mic.
That looks amazing, but it doesn't look like
it's the blue mic. Oh, it sounds amazing.
Off the chain. And you know what? Jean Grey? Are you talking about the mic or what are you talking about?
The mic.
Okay. So I bought the mic and I worked on it for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then in turn brought Cameron, and Cameron's like, you're making this really hard. I could have had this done in like 5 to 10 minutes. So it's just like your Cam. It's just like, so I mean, in that sharing is like, we're ready to go to the next level. And I mean, we're going to take this for the next 4 weeks because we're about to take it to a whole nother height. I just want to finish acknowledging some people. We got some amazing, and I want, before we blow it out and really go to our people, like you said, you got your attorney on. I got some, some amazing.
I gotta keep this shit pretty. I gotta keep this shit pretty.
Gary Gray, and I want everybody to know we really, 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 really appreciate you are being here, because this our first 4 weeks to 6 weeks is a test cycle to make sure that our content, our personalities, our energy, and our chemistry blended with really. And I mean, I know each one of us have gotten feedback. I got people like, I can't wait till Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh yeah.
All the platforms I have out there, this is the one that I get the most of people like, shit, this is like my Tuesday night, like when what was it, Colors with the Wayans brothers and
we're brothers, we're happy and
Living Color.
Brothers. Give me a high five.
You know, so it's like we know it's something special, and it's you guys that make it special. We are really keeping it contained. Anyone in here who knows me, which is most of you, you know why I keep a low profile for this type of content, this type of voice. And my two best friends over here, you know, are, you know, and I gotta be careful when I say best friends because Miss Yancey will come and cut my head off because that's my bestest friend.
No, she ain't coming in on this live feed no more. She knows she ain't. Sit your ass down now.
But my family here, I'm gonna just say my family, you know, they know, and everyone in my internal circle knows that the profile in which I really want to make sure that it's contained, it's regulated, it doesn't put me at risk. And so I believe that we're getting into a space and a chemistry right now that we are ready to actually take it to a whole nother level because we have all intentionally been holding it in with the mics. If you listen to the first one, the echo backwards, the background, you stupid Wendy.
Y'all didn't get blocked. Y'all gotta be happy.
But we have been really wanting to make sure that the content, the whole production of it, was really tight, and we aren't where we want to be, but we're so excited about where we are.
We are, yeah.
So we got about 3 to 4 more weeks of really just making sure. So we are asking, like what Jean Grey just said, you know, bring it to the table. However, Wendy, if you can put that back up there, bring it to the table, whatever the website is. We really do want your content. You know, we aren't just saying that like a slogan, like, oh, you know, put it in there if you want us to talk about something. No, we are grassroots saying that you are a part. If you want to be on here with us and be put on blast, because it's not like we're putting you on blast. We put each other on blast. So if you got you want to get on here and be put on blast, because I'll tell you, you add another element to this, you will see a whole nother Kyron. I promise you that. Jean Grey's already out the box, and CJ's been maintaining a very low profile. So we're just literally leveling up and bubbling up to make sure that we have what we need to be able to serve you. Just like our content, right? We started at 6, we're an hour and 45. We're just having fun. We do want it.
And please know that we do fact check. We don't just get on here and just talk about shit. And we check. We have sources and we check. So,
Someone did put a question on the website. How did we meet?
How did we meet?
And okay, so because it's very different, right? We all met different in different ways, and I would say I met Byron. Well, I met Kyron. No, I think I met Byron. I met Byron, who introduced me to Kyron later, a long time ago, like 1998. I had moved here from Baltimore with nothing, started over from scratch, and got invited to a business meeting that he had led, and that's how I met him. But I lost contact with him for years, and we literally restarted our communication in like 2009. And then from that point on, we have been inseparable. He is one of my best friends. He's somebody that, again, I wouldn't take a bullet for, but I would give a bullet for, right? And so we've never missed a beat. And then I work in Westwood, right? I work not too far from the Sofitel, and Monday nights is one of my favorite spots. And it amazes me that I've been there many times before actually meeting you, CJ. But I met you at LA Live for the first time formally. And we were introduced at a table, and then you got up on that stage, and it's very, very, very rare that I can be brought to an emotional state. And when I heard you sing, I had to tell you that. I said, you made me emotional when I heard your voice. And we have never stopped talking. I think I've talked to you.
We have not. Every day. Like, seriously, every day.
We've hung, and it became a ritual. Monday nights at the Sofitel, that's our night. Sunday nights at Delilah's. I'm going to plug those places because we're going back. Delilah's, and then your residency, Saturday nights at your show became our spot. And I think that,
and don't forget the Indigo Hotel, because we would always go after my show.
After your show, yes.
We partied like some like.
So I know you two met before me. But I just feel like
I was going to the Sofitel one night, and Byron was in front of me. We were at the valet, and as soon as he got out of his Jeep, I was like, I'm gonna be his friend. It literally just like fell on me. And so got into the hotel, got into the the singing there, the jazz area. And I didn't see him. And I was actually looking for him, like, where'd the homie go? Like, where okay, whatever. So I thought he left. I thought maybe he had a room, but I'm telling you, I just knew instinctively that I was gonna be friends with him. So anyway, I get up and I sing. I think I sang I Will Always Love You. And everybody cheers it on or whatever. And I go to the bar to get a drink. And somebody does this. And I turn around and it's Byron. And he's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you need? What do you need to make this happen even more? Because I want to know what you're doing. And then he was like, no, fuck that. I want to be your friend. What you doing Monday night? It was Wednesday night. He's like, what you doing Wednesday night? I was like, he's like, you ever been to the Cork? I was like, yeah, I used to go to I said, it's been about 15 years, but he was like, me and you gonna meet at the Cork. I want to talk to you. I want to see what you got going on. I want to help you get to, I want to help you grow this. I want to help you get, and I was like, okay, me personally, I saw past what I want to help you with. It was just my confirmation knowing that I was going to be friends with this brother. Like it wasn't weird. It was real easy because when we got to the Cork, he knew everybody there and everybody knew him. And the only one I knew was the bartender that she remembered me from 15 years ago. And every time Byron got a chance to talk to me while we were sitting, somebody else knew. He's like, okay, hold on. I'll be right back. And I'm just sitting there. The woman pulled me a whole thing of Crown about this big. And so I'm lit by the time he actually comes back to talk. And then he's like, you hungry, baby? You hungry? And I was like, yeah, I want some shrimp and some chicken. And we just ate and we talked. Then he left the table again. But the one thing about him was that every time he would leave the table, he would bring people over to the table to meet me. And he just met me that Monday, and this was Wednesday. And I found it like so cool and just so, he was just very, very genuine in his intent and just a good dude. Like, just a good dude. We still ain't put no business plan together because we too busy being friends. No, real talk, because we too busy being friends. And it was almost like, and to the folks that are also listening, when I met Gene, it literally, with both of those, with them two, it was like, where have y'all been?
All my life. That's how I felt about both of you.
I actually prayed weeks before meeting them. I prayed for new friends, prayed for new friendship, because I was just a little tired of the friends that I had. They were not progressing me, and I just wanted some friends that would give me a different mental insight, that would pour into me, that I can pour into them, that, I would get bounce something off of. And number one was Byron. Number two was Gene. And I mean, it's been cool ever since. And the thing is that we don't hide nothing from each other. Like, we see it. It's what it is. That's, it's there. And they get me, like, I can be as quirky and crazy around them as I want to be. I can be as fly and Devo, which I'm not, in front of them. But, like, I truly am my authentic self in front of them. I've never had to put on airs. Hell, I even kicked the motherfucker to tell him to get away from me one time.
I'll never forget it. I was like, oh, he's human. Yeah,
I've never, but those two, when I say they have been a blessing to my life, because we talked about doing this podcast, like maybe 2-3 months ago, and we just kept putting it off. And then Gene was like, what the fuck are we doing with this podcast? And then within a week of us just talking, it got together like that. And it's just, when you have two incredible people that you truly love and that are more like your family, literally like people that you're just like, where have you been? And how come you haven't been in my life this whole time? It's just a love. I love them both like mad. Like,
I love you to pieces.
And I feel like I'm some Valley kid right now. I'm all trying to get my thoughts together and trying to sound all articulating shit. I just want to let y'all motherfuckers know I love y'all.
I think God prepared us for each other in many ways. And so I think that a lot of times you pray for certain people and you pray for certain experiences, and then he goes, okay, let's go to work on being who you are to attract that person. And I've never been more grateful. I know I have two lifers in the both of you, right? And period. And you remind me so much of someone I love with your cancer behavior. And my Aunt Carla, y'all are so much alike. And I'm like, oh, wow, she's here. And and how you handle yourself. And then Byron's just, I actually love Kyron more than Byron.
Yeah.
Because he's human.
Okay. Wait. We done pulled out our hearts and shit. This motherfucker, he ain't said, he just smiled.
It's your time. It's your time.
I'm waiting for y'all, motherfuckers. I you know I ain't gonna fight with y'all when we talk about love shit. I mean, shit, there's enough love to go around.
Just saying.
The whole thing, when asking how we met, you know, it really plays into like a lot, without getting into to the bullshit, because I love this platform because we can just be us. We can be transparent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the transparency, without getting into the credits, who we are, what we do, and all that bullshit, is that I've always been a lighthouse.
Yeah.
And the lighthouse is for two people. Either the person that knows where they want to be, that doesn't know how they're going to get there, or the person that wants to level up. God has put me in their life to be able to go to the next level.
Yeah.
And CJ is destined for Grammys and award on top of award. Jean Grey is destined to actually be a boss. I don't understand.
Yes, Lord.
You know, she's been underneath thumb. I took her one time and she was a boss when I met her. Then she got into the world to be able to just, and then, you know, that happens when you have a child. You want to legitimize everything in your space, you know, and so she went into that, and then I pulled her out again, and then she had to go back in. And it's a transitional time, right? And you morph into like she said, we met on.
She sees people.
Right.
She sees people.
100%.
That's one of her gifts. Yeah.
And so I was running her life over, you know, like she said, many, many moons ago, over a decade ago, much longer than that at this point. But it's a matter of how God inserts each of us in each other's lives. And I look at it as a love affair. And I mean, a real love affair. I actually had to speak on relationships. And we didn't mean to go into this, but since we're here, we're going to take up the next 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But I want to share something with you guys that was really powerful. I had to speak on this in an interview and while doing a summit this past weekend. And this may be a topic for next week, which is really powerful. Because as of lately, it's actually called Thoughts of the Heart. Where are you? As you guys know, we've been talking about relationships, you know, side chicks, this, that, and the other. But this plays a part into who we are as to why I'm sharing it, more than to get into the love side. And I want to share with you what I had to share in this conversation, which was off the chain. Because there's most people that don't see the reason why I love you two and the people I surround myself, Miss Yancey, and the people that her mom and people that are around me, is because we see the matrix, we see the gray lines where most people don't.
Yeah.
We could talk about the fuckery and the this and the other, but I find so many people don't understand that a love affair starts in a friendship without holding a person hostage to your opinion, nor holding you hostage to the way you think they're supposed to be, nor holding you hostage to an expectation, nor holding you hostage to demands, nor holding you hostage to what you think should happen. But a person that comes in your life you should look at the phone when you two call, when Miss Yancey calls, and I can go through a handful of other people, past, present, and future, they're really close to me. And I'm like, God, this motherfucker called me. And I get excited.
I feel the same way. There's
other people I look at the phone and I'm just like,
when Jean don't text me how I am, I'm like, what the fuck is going on with her today? Why she ain't text?
There's gonna be a conversation, and I'm not ready. I don't feel like I don't know, and I don't like. I'm gonna tell you what I do not like at this stage of my life. I do and will not accept walking on eggshells to figure out if I'm gonna be elated in euphoria or having to address some bullshit. I don't even want to say I'm too old. I'm just too evolved at this stage. I choose powerfully that I do not want to have. I want the only conversations I want are every time I look at that motherfucking phone. If you talk to me every day, or if I talk to you in 6 months, you're like, nigga, not like, why haven't the fuck you called me? Why haven't the fuck? Where the fuck you been? What's your mama's name?
Yeah.
So you don't. Fuck that. This is just one season. I'm going to share this one piece with you to show you the power of evolution, because we both, you know, Jean Grey being in a solid relationship and the rest of us going through whatever the fuck we going through. Now check
this light is everything, ain't it?
Check this out.
It is.
Check this out, right? Oh, I should have a light on. I'm sorry. Let me put some light on.
You know what? I'm mad. My ring light ain't coming in.
Check this out. I want to share because I wrote it out, but you guys know how I have to write and then think and speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
It really has to do with how to tell. Check this out. How to tell if a relationship is karmic, soulmate, or a twin flame.
Okay.
And most motherfuckers don't know the distinction. So I go in, and I mean, this part was shared with me by somebody just off the chain. Says we all desire to not just fall in love, but to be a part of that once in a lifetime type of love story. See, here's how to differentiate between your love relationships. There's karmic, there's soulmate, and then there's a twin flame. And as you move through life, you have to be able to identify them. Now, I'm gonna give you the abbreviated version. I'm gonna first share this. Soulmates aren't the ones who make you the happiest. No. They're the ones, instead, the ones that make you feel the most. Burning edges, scars and stars, old pains and pain, captivation and beauty, strain and shadows, and worry and yearning, sweetness and madness, dreamlike surrender. They hurt you into an abyss. They taste like hope. You got to know exactly where this is. See, the characteristics of karmic love is one, and I'm going because I have my notes over here, so forgive me for looking over here.
Yeah, you're fine.
One of the first relationships we usually enter into is the karmic one. See, karmic relationships often are those lessons that we were unable to learn in a previous lifetime. These people aren't meant to take it easy on us because they aren't meant to change our way of life. The addition of karmic relationships is that it seems no matter how many tries we give it, it just doesn't seem to work. But that is because karmic relationships aren't supposed to work out. We aren't supposed to live our life with our karmic partner. It's hard to accept. It's the hardest thing to accept because it's not an issue of love. There's people I'm talking right now. I love these motherfuckers, but we ain't gonna work because this shit ain't gonna work. I'm telling you right now, because even about compatibility, the issue of love, something is just off and it doesn't work no matter how much we wish it did. But the worst decision we can make is to choose not to let go in the karmic stage. And it's deep because if you get into the characteristics of a soulmate of love relationships, although some of us may experience several karmic relationships in our lifetime, the next stage after we conquer, for those that are blessed enough to conquer the karmic, is the lessons often the soulmate love has. See, soulmates can be just the best kind of love. They can be simple and sweet, yet as complex and as the notes within the vintage Merlot. Soulmates often are those we marry and choose to build a life with because there is just a unique connection present. These are the feel-good people in our lives, and they just seem to touch us on an entirely different level. As wonderful as they can be, though, soulmates don't always take it easy on us. One of the reasons that we can get so confused by which type of relationship we are in is because in all these connections, challenges will be presented. None of these relationships are about appeasing or making our egos comfortable. Yet the soulmate differs from the karmic relationship by the type of lesson being learned and the way in which it's presented. See, karmic relationships are often about how we view the outside world and others, while the soulmate will trigger those internal lessons involving the self-worth, the fear, the societal pressures, and the worthiness of our love. We simply attract at whatever frequency we are currently vibrating. Soulmates are those who we feel are an undeniable connection, as if we've known one another before simply upon meeting. The biggest indicator, and it goes in because that's not the one that you want. The one that you want is the twin flame.
But what's missing from that is these aren't always people you're in a relationship with. These can be your friends.
That's what this is the premise of. So let me break down the twin flames as to where this is. I wasn't gonna go there because it's just too much to go into because this was a whole session. But here's the characteristics of a twin flame. As transcending and eye-opening as the romantic relationship can be with a soulmate, it isn't anything compared to the experience of being reconnected with a twin flame. See, twin flames are often regarded as an urban myth, almost a unicorn of the spirituality enlightened. But as society is raising their level of consciousness, the more this connection is occurring. Twin flames are a mix of both karmic and soulmate tendencies, along with some entirely new qualities, will only further challenge our ego and sense of self. See, twin flames aren't just those that we connect with on a soul level, but they are someone who we share the same soul fucking with. And why I fucking love you guys. Why I fucking love Miss Nancy and the people that I claim at that level, at that frequency, the people that aspire.
Yeah.
There's people with karmic. If they choose to elevate, we may meet.
Yeah.
There's people that are at soul. If they choose to elevate, we may meet.
Yeah.
But see, it's not something you can force. It's already there.
Wow.
Boundary of burning desire. It's just you. There's no. You don't have to. There's no.
When
the
I chose to elevate, I met y'all.
That exactly. That's when. That's when you met me. That's when you met me. I'm escalating. When a person chooses not to be able to find people, like I just want to be in love. I just want a man. I just want a woman. You're already going down the hill. When you start focusing on how great you want to be so that you're yoked for when the right motherfucker shows up.
Yeah.
That's when you two motherfuckers showed up in my life.
And I'm gonna add to that. I'm gonna add to that. There have been times when you've called me and you'll say, I just need to hear your voice really quick. I already know that we're on the same page and I already know we're thinking the same things right now. So I just need to hear your voice because I just want to make sure that I'm getting the confirmation that I need out of hearing it. And that's all I need. You good? I don't even need to ask you if you're good. I'm just asking you anyway, but you good, right? All right. I love you. I'll talk to you later. He does that to me a lot, y'all. And simply, or like I'll call him and he'll already know what's up. And vice versa. And Jean calls me. It's almost as if she can feel when I'm not right. And she'll hit me, you good? And what's funny, I never told you this, Jean. That's how I ask people. Like anybody that I text, I always just say, are you good? You good?
And you got to pay attention to the omens. Jean Grey, before I would even let you do business with me as a friend, what do we have to do first?
Pray.
For how long?
For probably about 2 weeks.
Every freaking day when she woke up in the morning.
It was a weird thing, right? It's funny because I was not open to meeting Byron, right? I didn't want to. After we met at first in 1998, I was not open to who he was, but he's so attentive to details that he knew I was going through something before I had connected to him.
Yeah,
I should say that because he'll connect with you before you connect with him.
Yeah,
and when I was going through that thing, I was going through this major thing at my company, and he was like, all right, I don't want anything from you. He didn't try to talk to me. He wasn't trying to be fresh. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He knew I was in a relationship. He just said, would you mind if I call you every morning and pray before you go to work? And he did that every day for 2 weeks because I think he understood that would have been, number one, it was a great thing to do. But two, I could not look past those other things without that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that happened, I was like, all right, what's going on again?
Yeah.
and then it was over from there.
Why I wanted to present that for the audience that's still with us 2 hours into this, since somebody asked, how did we meet, is to understand there's, with all the fuckery, with all the cursing, with all the profiling, with all the different racial slurs, and with all the different postures and positions on spirituality, at the heart of who we are is just truly wanting to make every person greater by us being greater.
Yeah.
And create a platform that's sacred and something that we can just have facts and truth without opinion and truly without judgment of people that we can agree to disagree. We can like the same things, and we don't have to like the same motherfucking things. We can curse. We don't have to curse. We don't have to be holier than thou. I don't have to eat a piece of chicken and you say I'm a vegetarian. Do you know why that's bad for you? Fuck you. I'll eat my chicken, So it's like,
check the last 3 episodes, y'all. Check the last 3.
This? As a woman, it's hard to get past the intent of a man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's hard to get past it. And if you're an evolved female, you're already looking past that point going, what do you really want?
Right.
And me in dealing with him on a personal level, I was like, oh, come on, you want what everybody want, right? that was my first, and I'm looking at him going, that shit's been working on you? but he didn't come that way. He was like, I think when he realized, and ladies, I'm gonna tell you this secret just so y'all understand, stand your ground.
Yeah.
All men are designed to test you. The greatest man to the bottom of the barrel, they're born with the test.
Yeah. And
so you need to be able to stand where you are for them to respect you. And you'll be surprised what kind of relationship you have with them after.
These are called what you call, how we met is called God. I believe in two things that we all believe in, and that's called God appointments and God ideas.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, you're right, Wendy. Boundaries is that book right there of understanding exactly where this is going. It's you know, even before this COVID, you know, I've had conversations with Miss Yancey. Hold it, you just met this person in the last month, 2 months, and you talking like you done known him, yo. They don't come that frequently.
Yeah.
So when you have a God appointment, and you gotta be careful because the devil's a pretty motherfucker. That motherfucker comes, he's the greatest false prophet on the
That's something like God.
Man, he will come.
That's what you have Erica and I for, because I'm gonna stay there.
100%. Right. But the devil shows up, and it's like, you gotta understand the true, what we're talking about, what's here and what this portal is, and the people that surround, including Wendy, who supports and what we do. The people,
love you, Wendy.
And we love you because she might as well be on the screen as far as we're concerned. Everything, the people there and I call it in the background. There you go, girl. You know, the people like Miss Yancey, the people like her mother, the people like my mother, the people that surround like Claudia that's on here for, you know, CJ, you know, just like, you know, Jean Marie.
Oh, she fell in love with y'all because y'all love me. She loves y'all.
Robin, you know, I'm screaming out at him. That's my brother. That's her man. It's like, you gotta have your village, and there's a whole lot more that I can go into, but you got to have your village, and in the village you can meet your husband, your wife, your best friend, your mentor, your mentee, but you got to first, your spirit has to be right.
Yeah,
your spirit got to be right. You can't get the blessings that are stored up waiting for you that God has if you are not in alignment with your own spirit. So many people judging everybody else. What you doing? How you doing? Caught up in all this bullshit. So that being said, we're at 2 hours. That's perfect for us to bring on my special request for me and Jean Grey to close this session out. I don't care that it's 2 hours, but as we morph into who we're supposed to be over the next 4 weeks, it will be a maximum of an hour unless it's a special, you know.
Yeah. This was a God appointment. And
yeah,
I got 1% left, so I better carry her.
I ain't mad at you, but I think I will always love you is perfect for this.
No.
Damn it!
It's just me and you. I'm so afraid of disappointing you. So I need to talk to you and ask you for your guidance, especially today when my life is so cloudy. Yeah, guide me until I'm sure I open up my heart. Oh yeah. Okay, there you go. That's all.
I love it. That was so appropriate.
That's it. Y'all got me looking all
I'm away with that because it's just so. I mean, just to hear a note and really how God has blessed you with that voice. You know, it's just, I already know. I'm not even. You know, that's why we aren't. What do I say all the time, Jean Grey? You don't rush for the cake to be baked.
That's right.
Your voice and what she's doing and the people that surround me. My job is to. I talked to God today. My job is to make sure that I'm higher than everyone else so I can grab their arm and throw them much higher than I could ever go. That's my fucking job description.
Yeah.
Because you have to just pick and choose and know that they already collected. They were already out there. Hey, Mom. They, you know, because the ones that are chosen are already chosen. You can't make a leader. You can't make greatness. You can't make a champion. I'm not making Jean Grey. I'm not making CJ. They were already made. My job is what God sends angels. If you don't believe in angels, they're angels in my life, and I'm angels in theirs and many other people's lives. If you don't listen to the omens, the signs, and the angels that are brought into your life is supposed to be hard. Your heart is supposed to be broken. You're supposed to be disappointed. You're supposed to be let down because you ain't freaking listening.
Man.
God,
real quick. Somebody recently said to me, I don't have a female. I don't have any friends. I can't stand females. I don't have any friends. And somebody told me a long time ago, you are the kind of friends that you have. So if you don't have none, it's because you're not one.
Exactly.
And I've never felt that way. I have amazing female and male friends. But it was after that point, because I used to be someone who would say that sometimes.
Yeah.
That's not true. If you don't have any female friends, sis, it's because you're not one.
I have a guy right now. He's sitting up there claiming that he doesn't. That's CJ's phone gone. We're going to close out. I have a guy right now, and he set up there. There you go. And he
I was prepared. I had one in my hand and one ready. I was prepared.
Said, I'm never going to put anybody on public display, but he's doing something amazing for a lot of people, but he's claiming that he doesn't have support. And he has an entire tribe of people that have given their sweat off their brow and their back. The worst thing to ever do is to have people who stand in the gap for you in prayer, stand in the gap for you in belief, stand in the gap for you in support, stand in the gap and actually come and help you in any way. And you still sitting up there saying you don't have any help. You will be penalized by God for that shit. I'm telling you right now.
Kyron, the problem with that is his definition of help and support is different from others. When people say they don't have support or love, it's because how they define it is different.
Agreed, but it goes back to that saying in the story I told you many moons ago, right? The guy sat up there, moved, did everything God told him to do. He sent him a car, he sent him a boat, he sent him a helicopter, and motherfucker died. He's sitting in heaven. He gonna call God out and be like, I did everything you told me to, and you just completely abandoned me. Who the fuck you think sent you the car, the boat, and the helicopter? Nigga, you were supposed to die. You committed yourself to death. And shit, I should have killed you before. I should have taken the car and just ran your ass over because you weren't listening. All right, we done. I'm complete.
All right, we out. I could talk to y'all all night, but
I know, right? I know. Well, we thank you so much, listeners. We really, really appreciate it. Tune in next week, and we're gonna bring it to the table.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Cut us off, Wendy. It's tired of holding this smile.
Tired. It's tired. It's tired. He took
us out with another song? With another song? I don't know already to sing.
How many times have
I Okay, there you go.
There you go.